Imagine waking up each day with a mind as calm as a still lake, unaffected by the storms around you. In a world filled with chaos, loss, and constant demands, wouldn't it be incredible to have an unshakable strength, a quiet resilience that no obstacle could disturb? This isn't a dream. It's a reality that ancient Stoic wisdom can help us achieve. Seneca, one of Stoicism's greatest teachers, understood that real strength isn't about controlling everything around us. It's about controlling ourselves, mastering our reactions, and finding freedom in a world that often feels out of our control. His teachings weren't just for philosophers. They were for people who, like us, faced unpredictable lives, setbacks, and losses. But they had one powerful advantage: a mindset rooted in timeless wisdom. Today, we'll dive into 6 of Seneca's most profound lessons on mental toughness. But be prepared. These aren't just words. They're calls to action, paths to inner freedom. So, if you're ready to fortify your mind, live without fear of what might happen, and discover a peace that no storm can shake, let's begin this journey together. Lesson 1. Embrace life's impermanence. Picture this. You're standing on the shore, watching the waves roll in and out. No 2 waves are ever the same, and once they pass, they never return. Life is like this, a series of fleeting moments, each precious but impermanent. Seneca understood this deeply. He taught that clinging to what will inevitably pass only brings us pain. To master mental toughness, we must learn to embrace life's impermanence with grace. Seneca believed that all suffering arises from attachment to people, to things, to outcomes. He often reminded his students that nothing is truly ours. Even our bodies are borrowed from nature. Recognizing impermanence isn't about becoming detached or apathetic. It's about savoring life fully, knowing that each moment is unique and won't come again. Seneca taught that when we learn to appreciate life's impermanence, we're freed from the constant fear of loss. This mindset doesn't rob life of meaning. It makes each moment more valuable. Think of relationships. How many times have we suffered from the loss of a relationship that once felt like it would last forever? Or the pain of losing a loved one, which shakes us to our core. When we resist change, we hold on to what once was, feeling stuck in the past. But when we accept impermanence, we learn to live in harmony with life's flow, experiencing true peace. Recognizing impermanence gives you strength. Imagine living without the constant worry of things slipping away, without fearing that change will uproot your stability. When you make peace with impermanence, you gain the resilience to face loss, knowing that life's fleeting beauty is meant to be cherished, not possessed. Lesson 2. Cultivate inner self-reliance. Imagine a life where your inner peace is unaffected by external circumstances, a mind so strong that it remains calm regardless of what happens around you. Seneca taught that the foundation of mental strength is self-reliance. In other words, true resilience is born when we stop relying on people or events to feel fulfilled. In his letters, Seneca spoke of the fortress within, a place in the mind that is untouchable by the outside world. He argued that true strength is cultivated by building a relationship with ourselves that is so rich, so fulfilling, that we don't need others' approval or validation. For Seneca, this self-sufficiency was the hallmark of a wise person. When you rely on your inner resources, you free yourself from the need for external validation, which often causes us to live inauthentically. Consider modern social media culture. We're constantly comparing our lives to those we see online, often feeling inadequate. We crave likes, comments, and approval to feel valued. But what if we could cut these strings? Imagine freeing yourself from the need for others' opinions to define your worth. Seneca's teaching on self-reliance is the antidote to this external dependency. Building self-reliance is essential because external validation is fleeting. There will be moments in life when we stand alone, when no one else understands our path. During these times, Self-reliance will be your strongest asset. Cultivating a sense of inner confidence and self-worth means you won't crumble when others don't see your value. Lesson 3. Accept what you cannot control. Picture a sailor navigating a storm. He cannot control the wind, the waves, or the rain, but he can control his skill, his resolve, and his response. This is the essence of Stoicism, focusing on what you can control and accepting what you cannot. Seneca believed that peace comes from this wisdom, for it frees us from unnecessary suffering. Seneca taught that trying to control the uncontrollable is the root of much human suffering. We become anxious, frustrated, and exhausted because we spend our energy on things that are beyond our reach. According to Seneca, life gives us two things: the power of action over ourselves, and the wisdom to recognize what lies beyond our influence. Accepting this distinction frees us from futile struggles. Think about the disappointments we face in relationships or careers. We've all invested effort only to see things fall apart despite our best intentions. Imagine the relief if you could release the need to control every outcome and instead focus on showing up as your best self. Imagine seeing challenges not as personal failures, but as natural parts of life's ebb and flow. This lesson is necessary for mental toughness because life is inherently unpredictable. When you can accept uncertainty, you build resilience against life's inevitable setbacks. You no longer waste energy fighting battles you can't win. Instead, you direct your focus inward, building your strength and adaptability for whatever comes. Lesson 4. Practice detachment from wealth and status. Imagine if tomorrow you lost all your possessions and titles. Who would you be without these things? Seneca challenges us to consider this because he saw that mental toughness lies not in accumulating wealth, but in the freedom to live without attachment to it. Seneca was a wealthy man, but he believed that true strength is being able to live with or without material wealth. He often warned against letting wealth and status define us. Possessions, he argued, can become chains that limit our freedom. By practicing detachment, we prepare ourselves for the inevitable ups and downs of fortune. We no longer fear loss because we are not defined by what we own. In our modern society, people chase status and wealth, thinking that these will bring happiness and security. But imagine a life where your identity isn't tied to your job title or bank balance. Imagine if your self-worth was grounded in character rather than possessions. Think of those who find joy in simplicity, living contentedly without the pressure of constantly seeking more. This mindset is essential because wealth and status are temporary. If we define ourselves by them, we set ourselves up for pain and fear. By practicing detachment, we become adaptable and resilient, able to handle life's fluctuations without losing ourselves. True freedom, Seneca believed, is living contentedly with what we have, knowing it doesn't define us. Lesson 5. Strengthen your mind through voluntary discomfort. Imagine choosing discomfort willingly, not because you have to, but because you know it will make you stronger. Seneca often engaged in voluntary discomfort to train his mind, and he believed that doing so builds a resilience that no luxury can provide. Seneca taught that a life of comfort weakens the mind. He advocated for voluntary discomfort as a way to build inner strength. By occasionally choosing discomfort, whether fasting, sleeping on a hard surface, or practicing frugality, we remind ourselves that we don't need luxury to survive. This practice strengthens our resolve, making us less fearful of life's hardships. Think about people who challenge themselves physically, like those who do cold showers or long-distance running. They're not doing it out of necessity. They're training their minds to withstand difficulty. Imagine if you too could use such practices to fortify yourself, knowing that you're capable of enduring even when things get tough. Life will inevitably bring hardships, but if we've already trained ourselves to handle discomfort, we're better prepared. This lesson builds resilience, creating a mind that doesn't crumble in adversity. When challenges come, You face them with a calm strength, confident that you can endure. Lesson 6. Reflect daily on your actions. Picture ending each day by reviewing your actions, thoughts, and choices. This isn't about self-criticism, it's about self-awareness. Seneca encouraged daily reflection as a way to build a stronger, more focused mind, one that learns from its actions and grows wiser with each passing day. Seneca saw reflection as a tool for self-mastery. By examining our day, we uncover our strengths and weaknesses, celebrate our progress, and take responsibility for our mistakes. This practice doesn't require perfection. It requires honesty. Seneca believed that a wise person is not someone who never fails, but someone who learns from every experience. Imagine how different life would be if, at the end of each day, you could identify what went well and what didn't, seeing every experience as an opportunity for growth. People today often go through life on autopilot, missing the chance to learn from their actions. But with reflection, you become a conscious participant in your life. Reflection is essential for mental toughness because it gives us insight into our patterns, strengths, and areas for improvement. When we regularly assess our lives, we're better able to navigate challenges, make wise decisions, and grow into stronger, more resilient versions of ourselves. In adopting these lessons, you're not just learning how to cope with life, you're building an unbreakable foundation for true inner strength. You're learning to thrive, unshaken by the tides of fortune, anchored in wisdom and resilience.